They say if something annoys you in life, you should sleep on it and see how you feel in the morning. Well, I wasn't as disgruntled as many England fans yesterday. However, after sleeping on it, I still can't get over some of the choices in Thomas Tuchel's squad. But let's just start by saying that the first 11 is one of the best in the tournament. And for me, this first 11, there are no doubts that that is England's best lineup. And I think it can go all the way. See, the squad players, that's what's caused the debate. Let's start by looking at defence. For me, I do not know how Quansah is in or Jed Spence. In midfield, obviously the main question mark is Jordan Henderson. And then up front, the ones that people are saying are Ivan Toney and Mad. I say with Madueke, he is an out-and-out winger. And I think with Kane as your main man, the amount of goals he's got, I get the logic with Thomas Tuchel. But if we break down the others, I do not know how Lewis Hall is not in this squad. I do not know how Harry Maguire is not in this squad, especially after what he's done for England in the past. You would rightfully say that Jed Spence has been in the relegation battle. I get it's a squad, but he's not been great. And Quansah, I mean, Liverpool ripped off Leverkusen when they sold him to them. They should both be out. Hall should be in. He's been fantastic for Newcastle. And then also Maguire should be in to replace that experience that you'd have with Henderson being out for Adam Wharton, a progressive midfielder for him and Mainu to be understudies to Rice and Anderson. There's enough, attacking options there to not have this additional option. Cole Palmer, for me, out of everybody, could be in this squad. We saw what he did with that goal against Spain in the Euros final that we lost. He could be an X factor. Foden shouldn't be in. He's never turned up for England. I'm glad that Morgan Rogers is in over Gibbs White. I do think that he's suited and strong for international football and, the perfect 10 replacement if something happens to Bellingham or you want to do a rotation there. But yeah, I mean, for me, the right back situation is fine. Reece James is amazing talent-wise. He's a generational fullback. We just hope that he stays healthy. And then Livramento is really good. I think it was a Champions League game, not this season, but the one prior against PSG. He did really well against Mbappe. He could play both positions. But just summarising, you've got to take Spence out, Quansah out, Maguire and Hall should be in, Wharton over Henderson. I mean, Trent, I spoke about the right back fitness issues. I get that people will talk about his defensive ability, but you could potentially have him in. But I do think there are 4 definites out. But let me know what you think in the comments. I just have to be positive at the end, though, and just say I'm so happy for a lot of these players, especially guys like Marcus Rashford, Eze. For me, I've been saying to loads of mates of mine, like guys like that are the perfect players that you want in international football who are going to make a difference. Nico O'Reilly, who would have thought at the start of the season that he'd be going into a tournament being, England's starting left back. Again, another fantastic story. There's just a lot of positives in the squad. It's just obviously some of those questionable squad decisions. But all in all, when a tournament starts, I'll be one of, if not the most optimistic England fan to finally end 60 years of hurt and bring football home. Come on, England.